My name is Deridine Daze, and I'm the CEO of Heritors Labs Ltd. Right, so today, with the support of the RISA Fund and UK Aid, we put together the Women in Research and Innovation Conclave. What we are doing is to bring together women in key strategic areas in the science and research, innovation, and technology space to have conversation on how to advance the women agenda in the science, technology, innovation, and research ecosystem. Why does it matter to us? We feel that there are huge gaps in the space. Some are cultural, some are related to funding, some are related to processes, some are related to mindset, and these are things that we believe that have become barriers to women in advancing in the science, technology, innovation, and research space.
Hi, my name is Barbara Adu. I'm a project lead with Heritors Labs Ghana, and today we are here to commemorate a key milestone when it comes to women driving forces in the spaces of science, technology, research, and innovation. So as part of today's delegation, we have individuals or women within the spaces of mining, energy, tech, and also policy advancement. The goal is that the majority of the conversations that would be gathered from today's dialogue would be synthesized into a framework with expectation that it would be presented to governments for potential consideration and implementation.
My name is Gloria Ejare, an environmentalist and agri-food system advocate. I'm really honored to be here today to engage in the WIRC conclave discussion, basically because I think we are in an era where innovation, research, science has become very important in addressing key issues like climate change, environmental challenges, and also agricultural challenges as well. And for me as a young person, I believe this is a step in the right direction to involve young people in the conversation on how we can shape the future and promote sustainability through STEM and innovation as well.
I'm Marianne Quinn, the Deputy Director General for the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. Women in science, technology, and research and innovations, they are doing quite a lot. And the situation is that they need support to move their products to market, to move their innovations to market. In fact, women are very, very innovative. When you go into the space of the lab, where they don't have the appropriate equipment and reagents, they are able to really innovate, to develop their products, and these products need to be on the market. So we have to be very deliberate. We have to give them the support, give the guidance, and encourage them to move whatever innovations they have to the market.
The name is Adelaida Santi, the head of the West Africa office for the UK Centre for Ecology and Hydrology. Innovation does happen in our community, but how do we bring the aspect of research in community to be as inclusive as possible? When you take across the country, you see that more of science and research is happening down south than the north, or in certain areas of the country, especially in the cities. Where have we placed our research institutions? Where have we placed our universities? And so how do we make a conscious effort to put systems in place for these marginalized group people in the rural areas to also have opportunities? They do not have to travel to Accra to test for samples. There may be basic systems or basic infrastructure that we can put across in these communities to help innovators in that space.
Heritors Labs is organizing a pitch competition that will see us investing in the standardization, the conformity assessment, and the certification of certain research innovation outcomes that are being transferred or being moved from just mere research into business ventures, to see how these new great ideas can move to market and can become a part and parcel of everyday life. People will utilize them and to help people in our society. So as part of that, we are doing the pitch competition, and like I said, the winner would get funding to be able to deal with some of the issues they face when it comes to certification, conformity assessment, and standardization?
Some innovations, they feel because they haven't had the platform to talk of their innovations, they've been hushed on their innovations. But if we put them on the platform to talk of their innovations, it will go a long way to ensure that the innovations which will change the economic status will get to the markets. To me, this conclave is giving a deliberate outlook on how we can provide some advisory services and guidance and brainstorm to zero in on very pragmatic measures that we can take to ensure that we harness the efforts of women in science, technology, and innovation.
As I said already, we are supposed to be an advisory. And how can we advise if we don't have evidence? So this conclave should be able to gather information and data, produce reports that have outlined the key gaps, the key barriers, and provide recommendation. Through these reports, we can produce policy briefs and various issues that we've identified that will inform decision makers, policy makers, academia in different aspects on what we mean by addressing issues of women in innovation and research. And so that's one thing. We are also to create awareness. When we as an organization or as such a conclave is formed, it can not only be a conclave of advising, when you also know creating awareness. So where there are interventions that we can work with partners to address, such as creating awareness, creating forums, platform for such discussions to be ongoing regularly, the conclave should do. In its terms of structure, I wouldn't want to go straight away of forming a formal structure immediately, because we've seen that normally it's easy to say, I'm registering it, I'm setting it up, putting boards, but this comes with sort of financial commitment. But let's get work done first. When you get the work done, and the people see that this conclave is able to have great output, then we can formalize a number of structures. But of course, we can have some structures that makes it function. It has to have a home. The Heritors Lab is proposing this, and so it would definitely host it. But in terms of a rigid structure, no, I wouldn't go for that.
Having done that, we are saying that conversations driving today would be centered on three main topics. That is, the first being, what are the potential recommendations for women who are facing market and financial barriers in the spaces of STEM? And then the second question we'll be asking women is, how then can we promote inclusivity? We did realize that there are innovations from marginalized groups and rural communities that need to be scaled up to the broader market. So that is also a crucial question that the delegates would be deciphering over. And then the final question would be that Heritors Labs seeks to promote women or having an advisory conclave. And the goal is, how then can we make this forward? So I'd like to end by saying that at the end of the day, the question or the food for thought for our audience is that, are we as women in the science, tech, research and innovation spaces, are we advancing in our various spheres of work, or we are still struggling to be at the table? And I think this is a question that we all need to find solutions to in order to scale up in our various fields of interest.